SHMACKEMAGOB, my friends. It's time for a track-by-track album battle, and this is a donated one from the awesome Wendy Tipton. This girl, I tell you, man, we have too much in common. It's awesome. She's awesome, and I'm glad she's a subscriber. I'm glad she's a donator, and she wanted me to put, oh, this right here, man. Woo, boy. Armored Saint, March of the Saint versus Kick-Ass Vices. Now, this album, Kick-Ass Vices, is an album I owned years ago. I remember I had that shit in the 80s, and I don't know what happened to it. And I did see them live once. They opened for Judas Priest on the Defenders of the Faith tour. And all I remember about that band live is that the singer didn't have shoes on. He was barefoot. And they were good. I bought the record. I liked it so much. But honestly, man, back then, I bought the record and I was like, eh. But I liked a couple songs off it. But studying for this, because I don't have the vinyl anymore, I did notes here. And listening to this album, I was like, damn, this is way better than I remember this band. I mean, this album kicks ass, actually. It's a really good album. And but it's going against Armored Saint. Now, man, Armored Saint, which I'm going to have an episode coming up very soon on Armored Saint, where I'm going to talk, because I own everything Armored Saint, but I've been slacking, and I haven't bought the Symbol of Salvation live album, which I just did an hour ago. I bought the vinyl and the CD, which brings the DVD. And once that receives, I'm going to do an episode talking about my love for Armored Saint, the most grossly underrated band in the 80s, I think. They're just phenomenal. And I absolutely love March of the Saint. I love this album so much. And the band don't like it. The band doesn't like the production. Michael James Jackson, the same guy that did Lick It Up and Creature of the Night. When they were working with them, I remember Joey VIERA interview, they said, Michael James Jackson said he didn't like Black Sabbath. And Joey VIERA right there was like, uh-oh, we got a problem. And they didn't like the way the album sounded. Now, I will say, the next album, Delirious Nomad, has Max Norman. Way better sounding. That's my favorite one, actually, is Delirious Nomad. And I love this one, Raise Your Fear. But I'm going to shut up about Armored Saint, because I'm going to do a whole episode dedicated to them once I receive the live albums and listen to it and watch the DVD. So, here we go. I took notes here, Wendy. So, the first song is called Heavy Metal Shuffle. Now, this one I remember. This is one of the songs I remember from back in the day, and I always liked it. I think that's the album, that's the song that made me buy the album, because seeing them live, I remember that song, and I said, man, I'm going to pick up that Kick-Ass album. And it's awesome, but it's going against March of the Saint, man. The title track. Such a ripping song. And I will say this. I prefer the version on Ode to Old School. They re-recorded it. I actually prefer that version. But I still love March of the Saint on this album, and I'm giving it to that one. Alright, so the next one is Vices. Another one I remember from this album. It's got this really kick-ass groove. Like Armored Saint's got this great groove. Like, you know, Kick-Ass has some great grooves on some of these songs. And it's a great song. But it's going against Can You Deliver? And that was a song, man. I saw that video and I ran and bought March of the Saint. And I absolutely worship this album. There's not a bad song on it. And Can You Deliver is like, you know, it's their most well-known song. It's an awesome track. I'm giving it to that one. Alright, then next we got Stay on Top. Now this one I don't remember. And I think it's a killer mid-tempo rocker song. It's pretty badass. I love it. But that's going against Madhouse. Raise Your Beers to the Mess. Madhouse rips. It's just such an amazing fucking song. And I'm giving it to another one for Armored Saint. Armored Saint, I can't see it lose, but will Kick-Ass at least get one song, or maybe more than one song, against all these killer songs on the debut album? Let's keep going. Dreaming About You. This one is ballady. The chorus is kind of cheesy, but you know, it's not that bad. And that's going against the ballad on March of the Saint, which is Take a Chance, right? Take a Turn. I love that song. John Bush, man, has got to be one of the greatest singers ever. And the way he sings Take a Turn, unbelievably awesome. Another one for Armored Saint. All right, then we got We're on the Road to Rock. We're on the road to rock. They made a video for that one, I remember. Good song, good anthemic tune. Video is very funny because it's cheesy and stupid, but I dig it. And I dig the song. It's not a bad song. But what's it going against? Seducer. Notice I said but before I even knew what song it was. But still, doesn't mean that Kick Axe ain't going to get at least one. But maybe it won't. Stick around. But Seducer, seduce me. Oh my God, that song rips. And I love the, man, I mean, I love the production. Not as good as Max Norman, but I love the heavy, you know, bottom end of the song and that riff. Just a ripping tune, man. So that is the end of side one. Now I'm going to pick a random album and talk about it and go back into side two. So let's go over here. Let's pick this one right here. Seems to be a thick one. Oh, this is, I think this was a record store exclusive. This is Are You Ready live. This is recorded on, this is Cheap Trick, by the way. New Year's Eve of '79. I remember I had this forever on a cassette that I recorded off the radio. It might have been King Biscuit Flower Hour, but it was a radio concert way back in the day. So I'm so happy they released it. I think it was a record store day thing. And as you see in the back, I got a picture of Robin Zander and his son, autographed by the great Charlie Hill, who met him and got an autograph for me. And I love Charlie, man. He went up to North Florida to see it, and he absolutely rules. All right, so let's go to side two. What is it? Oh, I fucked up. Seducer went against Maneater. And Maneater, another killer song. But again, I'm not going to talk about Seducer again. Seducer wins it. But Maneater kicks ass. Maybe the best track on here, I think. All right, side two is On the Road to Rock. I already talked about that. That's going against Mutiny on the World. I think Mutiny on the World is my favorite song off this album. I'd have to think about it. But I think it is. Just the way that song starts. You already know you're about to get your ass kicked. I mean, your colon up to your throat. Mutiny on the World is such a badass song, man. Caressing Lines! Fucking great song. Giving it to Mutiny on the World. Alright, then we got Cause for Alarm. That's a fast one. It's a ripping tune. I dig it, man. I don't know what I was thinking back in mid-80s, man, when I couldn't get into this album, because this album kicks ass. I plan on getting it again. But that one's going against Glory Hunter. Glory Hunter fucking rules. It's like the epic of the album. But, that's right, boys and girls. I'm giving one to Kick Axe. I'm going to give it to Kick Axe. I really do think it's a better song. It's a ripping track, man. So, that's, what do you call it? Calls for Alarm. Got a point. Will it get any more? Let's keep going. Alive and Kickin'. This song is weird, though. It's killer. It's got the groove. And it's got the same vibe as the song it's going against. Stricken by Fate, which, for the longest time, that was my favorite song. When I first got up March of the Saint, Stricken by Fate was my favorite track off it. And it's, you know, it's got this really, like, Aerosmith groove to it, but even heavier. And it just rules, man. Stricken by Fate fucking owns. And I'm giving it to that one, man. Alright, then we got All the Right Moves. Now that one, yeah, it's cheesy and doesn't do much for me. And that one's going against probably my least favorite song off the Armored Saint album, Envy. But I still love it. I still think it's a cool song. You know, I just think every song, even Glory Hunter, every song on there, I think's better. But I think it's better than All the Right Moves. So I'm giving that one Armored Saint. See, if Envy went against just about every song I think on this album, except for the ballad, it would have lost. So, you know, track by track is luck of the draw, man. Now we go to the last track, which is Just Passing Through, which I gotta say, another killer song. And this one is going against False Alarm, which I love False Alarm. That kind of reminds me of Heaven and Hell a little bit, the little chorus section. But it's close, man. But you know what? I'm going to give it to False Alarm. But that one was the closest out of all of them. So in the end, Kick Axe only got one. But Armored Saint got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It may be a bit of slaughter, but I got to say, man, I have woken up to Kick Axe, the song Vices. I believe they're from Canada. They're a Canadian band. And they're good. I don't know if they ever made anything after Vices, but check out that video with the robot, like telling off classical composers. What the hell is that? Then some like burnout janitor comes in with like, you know, a little Walkman playing some Kick Axe, and you see the robot going like this. Hey, that's catchy! It's fucking hilarious. Check out the video, On the Road to Rock, Kick Axe. Not one of the better songs on the album. It's okay, but I would pick Envy over that one too. But that's it, my friends, and thank you, Wendy Tipton. By the way, that's her real name. I thought I thought her name was a combination of Wendy O. Williams and Glenn Tipton. No, that's actually her real name. How cool is that? Anyway, thank you again, Wendy, and thank you, everybody that's been watching. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do, and click that notification bell. And please, if you donate, like the great Wendy Tipton, I don't have commercials on here. I don't monetize my channel. I got a PayPal in the description below. All right, everybody, stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and SHMACKEMAGOB.